If I could play Big Mom on turn 4. Pudding guide time. Here is the base list that we will use today. However, keep in mind that there are quite a lot of flex spots as long as you keep the core for the main strategy. Our game plan is quite simple. Play our boss monsters earlier than our opponent by ramping the dawn. Here is simple example of the game plan. Win the dice roll and choose to go first. Turn 1, play Searcher or pass. Turn 2, attack your opponent with your leader and activate the effect to flip 2 life cards and ramp 1 dawn. Turn 3, thanks to ramp on the previous turn, you're already at 6 dawn. If your opponent attacked you, just play Katakuri, flip life card down and ramp 1 active dawn. Attach dawn to leader and attack with leader's effect to flip 2 life cards and ramp another dawn. And here we go, 10 dawn on turn 4. The main reason to play this deck. We can start chaining our big drops, especially 10 cost Big Mom, and take the win from here. Now let's discuss core of the deck. We play 8 Searchers cards for consistency. We want to play them early to find the missing pieces for our ramp or boss monsters. Because of that, most of our cards are with the type Big Mom Pirates. We always ramp on turn 2. It means that we have 6 dawn to use on turn 3. Depending if our opponent attacks into us, some of our life cards might be still up, locking us out of leader's effect. That's why we play 4 copies of Katakuri that not only flips 1 card down, but also ramps 1 active dawn. Another 6 cost character is Edward Newgate that help us not only to move the flipped cards around, but also take a look what do we have in our life and put a card on top of our deck. If we are lucky enough to have powerful triggers in life, we can set them up into most beneficial sequence. Our win condition is simple. Play 1 powerful card a turn, as we are able to start chaining them earlier than our opponent, gaining a lot of tempo. I recommend to play 12 copies of big cards. I decided to play 9 cost purple Lin Lin that is perfect counter for BY Luffy, but also a good card to play if we are short 1 dawn. Next pick is the yellow classic, 10 cost Big Mom, our main target and win condition. Chaining this card can win any matchup. Lastly, we have Ace, Heal, Rush and Big Body. As we are the 4 life leader, it's good to have some emergency button to stay alive and take over the board. These are my choices for boss monsters, but there are also lists playing 8 cost Katakuri or 9 cost Yamato. So try yourself which boss monsters fit you the most. As mentioned previously, because we basically have observation Haki, we play 12 cards with powerful triggers to stall the games towards our win condition. Brule, champ blocker that can be played for free if triggered from life. Capon Gang Beji, most hated yellow trigger, can steal you games that are lost on paper. And the event, you are the one who should disappear, similar to Beji. If you are able to plant this trigger on last life, you are not losing the game anytime soon. As already discussed, our opponent might try to starve us to prevent us from using leader's effect. It's because to use it you need to have both top cards flipped down before attacking with the leader. Here we can count on additional support from Flampe, because we are not afraid to go low on life. We can use her early to help us take the flipped life card into hand and draw a card. 2-for-1 trade and fixing our leader's effect. How cool is that? In my opinion, all the cards that we discussed are core of this deck. Let's discuss the rest of the deck now. The main risk for the deck is early aggression. Because of that, this list runs 14 2k counters. We just need to stay alive to ramp and start chaining Big Moms. Beji and Flampe we already discussed. For the rest of the cards I have Big Mom Pirates 2k counters that are searchable by pudding or event card. However, you can play any cards you want in these slots. I like the stability of 14 2k counters, but you can take more aggressive approach to cover your going second curve. Bon Clay is turn 2 going second ramp play, which results with 8 dawns next turn. Miss All Sunday is an additional ramper or trigger and card draw if needed. Lastly, Blocker Sanji is another searchable card by pudding. He can trigger from life, however you need to trash 1 card from your hand, so be cautious. I hope that you understand the idea and strategy for this deck a little bit better now. Let me show you some example gameplay to see the deck in action. We play against against Lucci. As in any matchup, we want to go first. Let's take a look if we have any good ramp here. We are missing flampe, so depending, but Lucci will attack us anyway to fill up the trash, so I think we can keep the hand like that. Keep, draw down, no one don't play, pass. Then the next turn we want to jam, flip the cards and then play the Katakuri to ramp into 10 cost. Draw down, like I said, we don't have any interesting play here, so let's just attach all, jam, flip the cards, and here comes the flampe, and also badge, really important, and we pass the turn. So the point is, Lucci should attack us to fill up the trash, but he will also help us to activate our leader's effect, so they might pass. It's a little bit risky, so let's see. But like I said, they swing, and because they swing here we need to take, so then in our turn we play Katakuri and flip the other card down. So we take the damage here, no trigger, and I suppose we can expect maybe some 4 cost, but no, here is the 6k swing. This swing I will counter not to go too low on life too early, and also because of the veggie trigger. So we just 2k counter out of it. We draw down, and like I said, we play Katakuri, use the card action, we ramp one active down, we flip the veggie down. So important to remember is veggie here. Attach one down and we can pressure the life using the action. So another card is Edward Newgate. It doesn't matter that much because next turn we are already starting to play the Big Mom. Pass the turn and let's see. They start with the 5k swing. We can either counter here. I think it's okay to counter here. It's not bad. Just one card. In case they want to slam with Spandam, but they develop Kuzan, probably expecting our Big Mom drop. So we have some choices here. We can put Kuzan back to the life with 9 cost Lin, but we have another Big Mom, so I think we just chain them. They need to tap Kuzan anyway, we can clear him next turn. We swing 5k life, 7k life, they take, and then just Big Mom, gain, trash. And our opponent is in a sticky situation now. Let's see, 5k swing. We can take it, not a problem, to get some art in hand in case they want to chase our board. And we are playing Big Mom the next turn anyway, so art advantage is important. We reduce Lin to 5 cost. Let me quickly check the trash for any targets. I don't think anything spicy there. We want to keep veggie just in case. Let me counter here just with the pulling. We already have the chain in hand, and let's see if they attach to Spandam, maybe to get rid of our trigger. 11 cards in hand though, 8 downs. We have only 5, so we are playing around the potential issue. So let's see what our opponent wants to do in this spot. They use Tempest Kick to reduce our Charlotte Lin and then play the Jack to fix the hand and also KO the Lin most likely and pass the turn. So again, I don't think that we are dying anytime soon, so we can just pressure the opponent, play the Big Mom, gain, trash. Right now we don't need any more Big Moms, and we can just pressure the opponent for the cards. 10 cards in hand, so still a long way to go. We swing 7. Okay, down to 7 cards in hand and we pass. We feel pretty safe, especially with veggie in life, so let's see how our opponent plays the turn. Still the trash is not the best for them. They play Spandam, to maybe fix the trash. However, they whiff. Afterwards, they play Tempest Kick, followed up by Gecko Moria into Rebecca, into Helmeppo, reducing Big Mom into 4, drawing Khalifa from trash, so maybe they are low on 2k counters, and then swinging 5 into our leader. We can just take the damage, not problem here. And now the Lin is reduced into 3 cost, so most likely Jack will be tapped. So we don't want to waste Veggie here. We will just counter with the 2k. Now Jack tap, sure, destroy, and our turn. Let me see here, only one blocker, so I think we can just split and push them for the cards, especially with Veggie in live. So what we can do is attach 2 to Pudding, we will have 7, 7. And then the rest of the dons half. So 8 divided by 2 will be 4. We'll have 11, 11. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4 into Katakuri to get the block. And then we get the block, and then attach all the other 11 and hope they don't have enough to counter. But even if they counter here, I think we can still live our next turn. Because, like I said, but we win. Okay, some bricks in hand. So like I said, our main idea is with playing 14 2k counters that we are basically never dying. So we can prolong the game, fight for the board if needed, because the life will be burned anyway by Big Mom, 10 cost Big Mom that we started to chain, and then finish up maybe with Ace if needed, if we need to remove something, maybe Charlotte Lin, or just split the dons and push for the win. We play against Black Luffy from starter deck 14, quite popular choice nowadays. Our hand not so great in my opinion, no ramp, so let's mulligan. But fortunately they allow us to go first. So let's see, draw the don, we have Searcher in hand, play the Searcher. Fix our hand. We are most likely going into a 9-drop turn after the new gate play. So let's take the boss monster into the hand and pass the turn. So next turn we will be ramping, and then the turn after most likely playing the new gate. Draw, okay, another new gate here. I think like we can just jam here, no need to play the Brula. Keep the cards, ramp, okay, we have the Lin already, so we have the chain going. And also very important, we need to put this event down, so we are playing new gate for sure next turn. They decide to push us with 7k swing most likely. Or they actually pass. That's interesting. Maybe they are afraid of Katakuri, which is fair consideration. So let's draw the Dawn. And what we need to do first is play the Edward Newgate to flip the cards down, or rather move them around. So event we know already. Big Mom we want to draw. So we put the Big Mom first to the top of the deck, and then we arrange even to the bottom. Then we have Ace. Ace we can actually draw, then the Searcher, and then Katakuri and the event. I think it's good enough. Finish sorting the life and push to buff ourselves. We give them some information here, sure, pass the turn, but next turn we have already 9 Dawn. It was worth it. We know here we have the Big Mom. So let's see how they approach. They swing 6k here, and I think we can get the Ace, so it's another big drop for us, get some value. Are we risking Isho? Let me think about it. 6 cards, take into 7, into 8. We might risk issue anyway. If we counter here, we don't risk issue. Okay, then let me counter here first, just to play around potential issue in the future. Draw because we want our chain going. Let's check them if they block with Sabo, as long as they are the 5000 power leader, they protect with the Sabo, but it means that we can push this Sabo. Other thing that we could have done was to move this Sabo to life. Maybe not the best play with the 5k swing. I didn't think it through that much. Yes, we could have moved him away to get some cards. It was a misplay. So let's push 7k and then get rid of the Sabo from the board. Return 1 Don, no problem. We will go to 10 anyway. And actually we can burn the Sabo, so we can put it at the top of the life. So maybe it was not the worst play. Hard to trash. I think we are not really playing Brule in this game. We gain 1 life and move Sabo to the top life. So we kind of show them that we will be burning him, but it's not something that they can play around. We choose to play Nico Robin, however without effect, and swing 7 into our Edward. Newgate is just 1 card, so let's protect our Edward and move into our Tendon turn. So like I said, let's burn the Sabo, let's push 7k. I went a little bit too fast. Could push obviously 5k. With the pudding, no action, don't give them the information. I mean, more or less the same. They will take the 7, take the 9. And now we go to the end game. Such a huge hand from them. The treasure is not that interesting, I think, but they go into Jack turn, okay. Buff the leader up. But we are quite healthy, 6 life already, so we can start just pressuring life. 1 life versus 6. Even though we are 4 life leader, we manage to buff quite fast. And they try to push our Newgate. Once again, let's defend Newgate with Newgate. Here might be 9k swing just to get rid of him. Let's see what's the plan. 8k swing, 1 open, I'm not sure for what might be, maybe stage, I'm not sure. But we want this attack on board, so let's use the 2k count. Like I said, we are healthy, we can just pressure the life. Okay, they want to get rid of the 10 cost Big Mom, sure. So like I said, we can start pressuring this last life. Let's start by the 10k swing because they are on 6. So let's push 10. They take. We can attach all or just get 1 more card from them. Effect metal or bricks. Yeah. Okay. GG. However, like you just saw, if you have everything on curve, you are ready with your 9 cost Big Mom, fix the next card with the Edward Newgate, then you can transition pretty clear into 10 cost chain, and then just simply by dividing the Dawn you can finish the... We play against BY Luffy, we want to go first, and we have really strong hand, especially against BY Luffy. We keep and 1 Dawn, let's search. And what we want to pick, let me think, most likely, but we don't even need to pick anything that would buff us. We can go straight to the 9 cost Lin Lin if we want to train them, why not? Solid consideration. So let's pick this one. Searcher on top, and pass. My point is, when we have Katakuri, we don't care about 6-Don turn that much, because versus Luffy, this is the card that we need. 9 cost Lin to play around the Awakening. Unfortunate for our opponent, they play the Searcher but miss the Search. But they play another one and pick up the Chibi Luffy. So we draw down. If we really want to, we could play even into ramp into 10 cost Big Mom. We can just swing 5, because we need to swing anyway, and then we will decide it's Brule and Beji. I think there is no rush to play Flampe here. We will be chaining 9 cost Lin anyway, so we can just pass the turn. They start with the 5k swing. We can take the damage and use the trigger effect to put Brule on board for free. And then they transition into the Kuzan solid play, but we will be getting rid of him quite shortly. Draw down. And here we have some options. We can play Invert Newgate to put the Beji on the bottom, not to have him stick out here, or just play the Katakuri and get the active Dawn. In my opinion, it might be more beneficial to actually play the Newgate just to move Beji away. So let's play him first. We draw the ace. We can put ace on the top, move Beji to the bottom, and rest we can leave like they are, or even we can put Brule here, just in case we need to defend our character. We'll finish sorting the life, push another 5, ramp. The difference is, if we would play Katakuri, we don't need to attack, but I think it's good to attack here to put him onto life. However, we see Rocket Luffy trigger and KO on Brule. We pass here. We probably can expect another Rocket Luffy cleaning the Edward Newgate, but let's see. So we have 5k swing from Kuzan. We know that the next turn we will be healing with the Lin. Consideration is how high will the Monkey D. Luffy swing, so let me just counter here, because we can already expect the swing from Monkey D. Luffy. It depends what they have in hand, if they're going to ramp up. But here comes the Shigan, so okay, put our Edward Newgate, push us, we take it, use the trigger effect, and now we are going into our 9 dons. First thing that we can do, we can push life or push the Kuzan, but I think it's pretty smart to put Kuzan on board and just pressure the life. Let me see, 5. Okay, and then we can play the 9 cost Lin, 1 don to return, and now it depends what do we want to trash. Ace I think might be useful. I will just trash the Troisen here and put gain life and put the Kuzan to the bottom. So what we want to do, we want to build strong enough board to threaten the Lethal, or to force Luffy to use the Awakeners to go down to 0 life and then also push him. We have time in this matchup. And essentially by healing with Lin, we always get the card back. So they push 7k here. I will take it, not a problem. Like I said, we know that we will be playing Lin anyway. They play the Luffy, but they don't burn the life. Draw the card, draw the Dawn. Here we have some options. What we can do, what is really cool, we can just push with pudding first and see. If they take the life, then we can burn and push with Lin. So let's see. We attack Vanilla first and then we decide. If they counter here, then we pivot into 9 cost again and set up the similar situation that we have now. Okay, so now let me see. We can play the 9 cost first to put Luffy maybe back in hand, not to give them the free awakening, or we can just play the 10 cost and pass. Let me think about it, then they can buff here. Yeah, I think it's smarter to just play the 9 cost here. Turn that on. Then 1 card to trash will be actually ace. We have enough chain. Gain the life. Move Luffy to the top. And then because he's faced up, we can just punish. 10k. If they really want to awaken, they need to give us 3 cards here. Luffy goes to the bottom. Another one is in trash, but it will be really hard for them to awaken in this situation. I hope you start to see why this deck is such a strong counter to BY Luffy. Here comes the Rocket Luffy. Pop our blocker. Maybe we will see some gem into our Big Mom. Yep, they gem the Big Mom. Unfortunately for them, we play a lot of 2k counters to protect our characters in such situations. We draw the card, draw, and like previously, let's just poke for 5 first. They need to counter here. Yes, and then we can just start chaining Big Moms. So we play, win the life, trash the life, push the 9, push the 9, and as we can see, they used already some resources to try and awaken. 2 cards left in hand. We pass the turn. Even if they clear 1 Big Mom, I don't think that they have enough to survive the next turn, especially with our Big Mom mains. Just in case, we can always still play the 9 cost Big Mom. Okay, they transform the Sabo, buff, so most likely they are clearing 1, but only 2 cards in hand, even with the Sabo on board, might be really hard to defend. Yes, exactly. So you see, if your locals, or if you are expecting a lot of BY Luffys in your tournaments, then Pudding is a solid consideration. Just because of this one card, you are basically countering the effect of Luffy, because it's important to remember that face-up cards that would normally go to hand of BY Luffy are being sent to the bottom. So like you saw what we did with the Luffy from board, we move it to life face up and then gem the life, and card is being sent to the bottom. So pretty solid strategy to counter BY Luffy. We play against Bonney. Bonney most likely will just choose to go second and away, so she kind of helps us, but let's see. Yes, they choose to go second. Let me see, first turn, 6 don't turn, yep, we are pretty much set, so we keep, draw, play the searcher, set up the future turns. Let me see, we don't have Flampe, but we have 9 cost Big Mom. They might try to starve us, and we might want to answer the Cavendish, for example. So we can just pick another Lin here. Today is on top because of the rush, and finish. Ideal would be to have Flampe, buff up rate to 10 cost, but let's see. They search, they pick 2k counter. Bonney Searcher is rested, so it's ideal target for us. We can just attach all and swing, and we have 2 Edward Newgates. As for the turn, we are expecting Urush here, the blocker. The question is if they will try to starve us down. They play Rosinante and swing 6k at life. We can just take the damage here to play into Katakuri turn. and then directly buff up to 10 cost Big Mom, and to have some counter power in case they want to focus the Katakuri. So 6 don't turn, like I said, we play Katakuri, use the card action, touch to leader, wing, reveal, buff, and we are ready to start chaining the okay, they counter and we pass. We need to defend Katakuri now. We are going into 6 don't turn, most likely Cavendish, but it's Bonney to freeze the Katakuri. Good play. Now let's think about it. Do we want to protect the Edward Newgate here? We will be chaining the Big Mom anyway. Also, if we go down to 2, we are getting in the range for the ace, and we are getting the card advantage. So I think we are pretty safe to take the 5k swing, but we are also okay to defend here. Let's take it for now. No trigger, because we have so much life gain. We are not afraid to go into lower life, still trigger of the blocker, and our opponent is on 5-5. Okay, we draw, like I said, we have ace just in case. 10 dons, just swing 5 first. There is nothing to be rested on our board. Maybe get a card. And what's important, green decks don't really have any punish for the big hand size. So we are quite okay to have such a high hand size. Then we follow up with the Big Mom, start getting life, trashing life. Okay, we trash Rono Azor, very strong, and pass the turn. The only consideration is we are getting close to the 10 on turn, so maybe if they chain the 10 cost Doffy, it might be annoying. Here I think we need to turn, not to go down too fast, just to have some life buffer, especially that Bonney will be swinging as well. And again, I think it's quite safe to counter here. So now we draw, and we are in a turn where we need to take care of the board a little bit. What is important, our opponent is tapped out. We can move something back to the life, and let me think about it. We have the Yamato. Yamato is a solid consideration to put into life with 9 cost Lin, and then the next turn we can burn the life. However, if we want to clear the board, we might want to get rid of the Rosinante and keep Yamato on board. Also not a bad idea. So let me see. First, we just swing 5 into life and see what happens. They take. Then we can play the Big Mom. 1 on return. What do we trash? I think we trash the Newgate maybe, or even the ace. I think the ace, because we will stay on life, or maybe, yes, because we will be going into the Lin anyway, so it's okay to trash the ace, gain the life, move away the Rosinante. I think we can move him to the bottom, we don't need to burn him. Okay, and then we should punish the board. Yes, and then we can clear the Bonney. Okay, and we pass the turn. So now let's see. Maybe they might want to go for the game, depending, especially with banish from Yamato. But here comes the question, how many dons do you want to attach to Yamato? It's pretty spicy tech. I would say I was considering moving Yamato to the live, but let's see. Because the consideration was if Rosinante stays on board, we might have a problem if we see the kit going down. Okay, we start with Rouge, so we know that the effect will be live next turn. Bonney's leader's effect. 5k swing to get some cards out of us. Let me think, if we have a blocker, it might actually be problematic, but if we don't have a blocker in trigger, then it might be a problem. Let's counter here, even if they banish 2 life. Because if they decide to attach a lot of downs into Yamato, we are killing the Yamato next turn anyway. Okay, 7k into our Katakuri. We know there is no threat of the Luffy, so we can counter here. And then comes the banish. Sure, we cannot do anything about it. What was the life? I think new gate and the event. Okay, draw the card, draw the dawn. Let me think about it. First we need to swing with Lin anyway. I think we are getting rid of Yamato. We are not in any rush here. What we can also do, we can move Yamato into life if we really want to. But yeah, let's swing first. Let's see how they react. If they don't have the board, then we are always winning. And we still have 10 cost Big Mom to burn the life anyway. Okay, they rested the Big Mom. Okay, they let go. It means that we can just swing into Bonney. Okay, then swing into life. Then burn the life. The only consideration here is obviously 10 cost Luffy, but even if we still have 10 cost Lin standing, and if they cannot clear anything here, 1 additional attack. Obviously if they leave the dawn up or use the Rouge, they will rest something, but for now we see Basil Hawkins and 9k swing into the Katakuri. I think Katakuri we can let him go, we don't need to defend him. Draw the card, let me see, what do we want to do? Probably just swing 12 first. They don't have enough anyway with 5 cards in hand. They rested in Lin, that's pretty clear. Okay, they take the damage, and here we can just clear the board completely. So 4 for pudding to be on 9, and then we have 11, 11. Yes, we can start with for the 11. Force the block. I think they might considering maybe blocking and countering and then blocking with Rouge, but I think not that worth. Here we can do the same. Let me think, are we losing to anything here? Probably not. Probably just push and get rid of Hawkins and the turn, and even if they play Luffy here, we are just pushing with the leader. So they need like Luffy chain to stay relevant. We can take here, but I don't see much reason. Just counter. Yes. Okay. Then like I said, we just push and we win. So pretty much playing against any green deck, we want to win the board, and with pudding we don't need to rush to attack the opponent's life, because we have cards like the Big Mom to just burn the life and don't give them the additional value. 9 cost Big Mom, really cool to remove blockers like Rosinante, but also we can use even Amande to rest the Rosinante if needed and just swing into him depending on the board state, or if our opponent plays some spicy cards like Carrot or maybe even Yamato with Banish, then we can move them to life with 9 cost Mom, heal ourselves up and play the game long enough to start burning the life and don't give them the value. And that's it for today. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about purple yellow pudding in OP-08. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video, bye bye.